Hey guys, welcome to another interview. I'm with Aryan, and Aryan, if you just want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Aryan Patil. I'm from Richmond. I'm 14 years old, and I've been playing cricket for like around 3 years now. And yeah,
Yeah. So my first question is like, how'd you get into cricket?
so my dad's really interested in cricket, and here in Richmond we have something called the RPL. It's like hard tennis cricket. So my dad's been playing that since like he came here, and he really liked cricket since like he was a kid, and he wanted me to play cricket too. So ever since I was little, I just like started playing with him. I grew up playing with him, and that's how I got into cricket.
So I was like, what was your like first experience playing with the team, and then yeah, and games?
My first experience playing for a team was right after COVID, the year after COVID. There's a team here called Rising Stars, and I still play with them. And that was my first ever team. During sixth grade, I first started playing with them, and I played my first WICL tournament in seventh grade. And that was the first experience I had. It was a really nice experience because I had a team to play with. I understood like some strategies, and I got to call a bunch of people like my team. Because before that, I just played with myself, my brother, and Rising Stars was my first like experience as a team and playing with like a bunch of people.
So like, do you say there's like many opportunities for like youth players in Richmond?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. There's a new thing, the new cricket facility called Cricket Hub. Lots of people going there. Lots of like coaching academies. There's Richmond Strikers, my team. There's a new academy called JMCA. So there's lots of opportunities going in, and everyone here is interested in cricket too. We have grounds like Deep Run Park where they've accommodated us with a cricket pitch. We have Duncroft, which they've also made cricket pitches. So the game's growing, and the facilities for the game are also growing.
So like, just how would you describe like the community in Richmond, the cricket community?
Cricket community is like really nice. Everyone's supportive there, and if you want to start cricket, it's really easy. Like everyone has connections with everyone. You can start cricket at any time you want, and you can go up the ranks. You can start playing big and stuff. Lots of teams that are like looking out for you, and they're giving you lots of opportunities here.
Right. So just like, so have you played in that hard tennis ball league?
Yes, I have.
So just like so that was your first experience playing any like cricket matches, right?
Mhm.
So like how was that like?
So this is usually for adults, right? But my dad's team they wanted to give me a chance because like I'm younger and they just wanted to see how I would play. So it's like really unique. There's like normal T20 matches and stuff, and there's also like these different variants of matches. There's like Super Six where there's 6 overs and the boundaries are on the inner circle. So everyone just like puts their own twist on cricket here. So each tournament, each thing is like a unique cricket experience for us to play in.
And so like how competitive is like your team or like not just your team, like any team in Richmond?
Most teams are pretty competitive. We're going for that win like at all times. And hard tennis, it is competitive. Like there's certainly some teams that are more competitive than others, but it's like a fair share. It's like there's a bunch of competitive, there's just some that are playing for fun. And in terms of like leather ball, lots of competitive teams. Like almost all the teams that come from here and play like in Northern Virginia, all of them are trying to go in for the win.
So I know Richmond is like 2-3 hours away from like where all the games happen from Maryland, and
Mhm.
I'm just like wondering like how like since every game is like at 10 o'clock and usually like reporting time will be at 9, and like how's that
Mhm.
just like traveling all the way from Richmond?
So for that, we have to wake up pretty early. For these previous games, since I was playing like in U17, right? Games were like 9 or 10. So we had to wake up like really early, like 5 o'clock, and we had to leave the house by 6. And our reporting time used to be 8:30. No one really showed up then, but our main goal was to get there before a game starts. So we had to wake up really early. And I also have a little brother who plays cricket. So his matches are even before ours. So we have to wake up like at 4 and stuff on some like weekends, and then we drive. It's like sometimes we carpool, sometimes we go by ourselves, but yeah.
So just how long is like the drive like to Maryland?
So Maryland, it's like it depends on what ground. Like Laurel grounds were I think 2.5, and some like Columbia ones like Frederick, those are like 3 hours.
Uh, and so does that like since you have to wake up so early, does that like affect like your gameplay as you like be like a little bit more tired when you go into the game?
I'm definitely tired when I go onto the like ground and stuff, but since we warm up, since we start playing there a little bit, just to get our bodies used to it, like tiredness goes away. And say that we're bowling first, right? Every like all of our energy comes back and stuff. So it's not like we get that tired. It's just that we have to wake up early. And we sleep in the car ride to Maryland too.
Yeah,
So we have our energy like full.
right. So my next questions are more like well, it's more specific to like other like stuff too. Like so like on so with school and everything, like how you just balance both.
So my main priority is like mainly school. And school is like it's not as hard, but you want to find that like balance between it. You don't want to go all in on cricket, you don't want to go all in on school. And my dad usually says like you want to have that like perfect balance in there. So say that you're falling behind in school, then take a bit of like a break from cricket, just focus on that for a little bit. And say that you're not doing well in cricket, make sure that your school doesn't fall back and then start going in and start like locking in on cricket too.
Yeah. So just I know we've mentioned like the commute from Richmond to Maryland. Like what's some other challenges like playing in Richmond?
Other challenges are like we don't have as many teams. As of now, there's like three teams that are in Richmond versus like however much there are in Northern Virginia. So we don't get that much practice. And on top of that, the academies here, they aren't like full-fledged academies like Northern Virginia ones, like LCCA, FSSC. We don't have like that many indoor facilities and stuff. We have to use outdoor stuff, and it's not like as high quality as it is in Northern Virginia.
So like I know like the MCA is like Jaskar Malhotra, right?
Hmm.
So like you think that one is like a one that will become like a proper one in the future, including like
Yeah.
including Rising Stars and Richmond Strikers. Like you think
Mhm.
eventually they'll become like proper full-fledged academies?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure JMC is for sure gonna become one, and Richmond Strikers is like making good steps towards it, and I think they do have potential if like they want to turn into that full-fledged like academy if they want to put everything into that. So yeah, I think all three of them have a pretty decent chance of becoming like big full-fledged academies.
And by like full-fledged academies, like what do you mean? Like what isn't full-fledged about like Rising Stars and Richmond Strikers?
Richmond Strikers is kind of taking steps. Rising Stars is like it's non-profit and it's like just like a group of parents that are doing the coaching and it's like a fun way to play cricket for us and to give us exposure. So it's not formal coaching like JMCA or strikers, but it's like considered a team and stuff. So we do play in tournaments, we do like get training, but it's not from a formal coach and we don't have like any indoor facilities or anything like that.
Right. So so it's like more like it's more like a form team, right? Not like a one you just join,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And then like what's it like just like playing those games like WICL and all those ones?
Honestly, it's a completely different feeling because we get to go against all of these people that we've never faced before and like never played against. So it just like it's a completely different feeling because here we don't have that many people. We have our same like bowlers bowling to us, and over there we have like we can like bowl to you, we can bowl to other LCCA people. So just like a different like type of challenge for us.
Alright, so my next question is more like the popularity of sports in the US. So like what do you think needs to be done for like USA cricket to be uh like more popular than it is now?
I think a good way to like boost its popularity, I don't know how practical this would be, but like trying to implement it into like gym and PE, right? Like trying to
Yeah,
implement it into something like that. And just like giving it some more coverage. I think recently it's gotten a lot more coverage as a sport, like the T20 World Cup and stuff like that. And yeah, I think more coverage and like that American IPL thing that was going on. I think it was called MLC.
yeah,
That stuff is giving like it's giving like a huge boost to cricket in America. So I think just introducing it in gym and just like more coverage on it would boost it.
yeah. So like you mentioned the World Cup and MLC, like how do you think like those two tournaments are helping USA cricket?
So I know a bunch of my friends, like non-cricket playing friends, they were like pretty interested in that because they saw like this different sport that's like in America, and they were like pretty convinced by that. They thought it was pretty cool, and they just wanted to know like more about that. So since they know I play cricket, they were asking me like, how does this work? How does that work? And since it's being broadcasted to such a wide audience, more people can like learn about it and just pick up on it.
Right. And so like now with like USA success in the World Cup making Super 8s, you think like
Hmm.
this like helps it even more?
Yeah, it definitely gives like a spark because like America was never in the cricket picture. It was never part of that like squad there, and making it to Super 8 all of a sudden. Like lots of Americans picked up on that. They knew like how big of an achievement it was to actually get there. So I think that also like helped it pick up.
All right. So like my next question now, they're like more like I mean, so they're more like about you and like how like you play. So like so there's like so obviously like cricket's a mental game and like people like
Mhm.
the fielding team will definitely sledge and everything. Like what's just like your way of like combating that?
So I usually don't listen to them while they sledge, because I know they're just like down to get my game to go down, trying to get me out, trying to make me lose my what do you call it, my concentration. So I just like try to not pay attention to them. And if it gets too much, like I mean, I do respond in things, but it's just I let my bat talk and just try to play my way.
And I like with the like how is it like just with like these grounds and everything, like the lower grounds, the Frederick grounds, like how's it like just playing there?
It's completely different because there are like a bunch of clay pitch grounds in Northern Virginia. Here we only have one, and we don't have much exposure to that ground. So going to the clay pitch, just seeing how the ball like swings, how it turns on that, it's completely different there. So it's like you go to that pitch and adapt to however the ball's coming because we don't have that exposure down here.
And like how do you like adapt with like those? Because like obviously like deep runs and astroturf, and then you come to Laurel and it's mat pitch. So like what's just like
Mhm.
how do you like make sure you like adapt to the pitch conditions?
So first off, I don't open. So everyone, like all the openers, they give us like information right as they get out. They come back, tell us what the ball's doing. And when I go there, I try to get set a bit, see how the ball is bouncing and all, and just try to read it, try to get my eyes on it. And first few balls, I'll defend and stuff, try to take like singles, doubles. And then after I'm a bit used to it, try to open up.
All right. So like where do you like see yourself like playing in like the future?
Mm, Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't see myself going big time, like all big or anything. I think I'll still like maintain a pretty decent level at cricket. Perform well in all these tournaments, WICL and stuff. But after that, I could make it to like zonals and stuff. But after that, I don't know if I'll perform as well because there's lots of competition nowadays, and frankly, I don't think I can like go up there.
Right. And so more about like the sport again is like
Mhm.
what aspects do you think can like of the game can you like wait like which aspects of the game do you believe like American players like compared to like other sports like baseball most likely?
I think it's like the pitching and the batting. That's like the main thing that's going on. And just like the overall like atmosphere because baseball you want to hit it hard, cricket you want to hit it hard, or at least from like a non-cricket playing like standpoint you want to hit it hard, get it out of there. And I think that's the thing that they like resonate with the most. That's how they can understand what's actually going on in cricket would be the batting.
Yes, yeah. And like do you like ever explain cricket to like non-cricketing friends?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like how it's just like what do you just tell them?
So first they ask like what is cricket? So I say it's like basically Indian baseball, but you have like these two sides on this pitch and you want to score as many runs as you can. So instead of runs, I say like points and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like I say the bowler, the pitcher wants to hit those sticks that you see. Because I'm usually watching highlights and stuff, and they ask me like what's cricket?
Yeah.
And I show them the boundary. I say you hit it here without rolling. That's like the maximum amount of points you can get. Hit it there while it's rolling. That's you get 4 points for that. And if you just run normally between those two sticks, you get like however many runs you ran or however many points you ran. So just try to like water it down for them a bit, give them some terms that they'll understand instead of using like boundary and wickets and stuff. Just
Mm-hmm.
give them a few like easier terms and they'll be able to understand it.
All right, so that's all my questions I have for you. Is there like any final things you want to say?
No, I don't think I have
All
anything.
right, that's fine. Yeah, so thank you for coming on and thank you for answering my questions. And yeah, and thank you everyone for watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.